Our armed forces continue to eliminate terrorists and destroy their hideouts. President Putin affirms as a priority the resumption of negotiations among all Syrian parties. Scores are killed in a series of terrorist attacks that targeted several areas in Baghdad. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yarado Krikorian with the news in English. A citizen was killed and others were wounded in a terrorist attack with a mortar shell at the residential Al-Kabbas neighborhood in Damascus. Several cars were damaged. Material damage was also inflicted on two houses in Al-Ihda area in Al-Qassa. No casualties were reported. In Homs, the armed forces and borders guards have foiled an infiltration attempt by an armed terrorist group from the Lebanese al-Assad district through Khirbet al-Nuaimat site in Al-Qasir suburb, killing and injuring a number of the terrorist group's members and destroying their weapons and ammunition. The rest of them fled into Lebanese territories. In Al-Hasaka, our armed forces stormed into a terrorist gang's hideout in Al-Musharfiq quarter, killing 6 terrorists, capturing 4 others, and seizing BKC machine guns, 6 rifles, 6 bombs, and quantities of ammunition. The army destroyed several terrorist gatherings and hideouts last night in Al-Hwaiqa and Al-Hamadiyya neighborhood, the surroundings of Al-Basil Square, the municipality building, and the Industrial Institute in Deir Zor. The operation resulted in killing and injuring a number of terrorists and destroying their weapons and ammunition. The military source which mentioned this added that an army unit also killed and injured a number of terrorists in Al-Mri'iyya village in the governorate suburbs. In Dar'a, our armed forces eliminated an armed terrorist group who tried to infiltrate in the direction of a military checkpoint in Nawa and confiscated their weapons. The army also destroyed a car that carried terrorists on Kafar Shams Aqraba axis and another at the entrance of Nimr village. Both cars were equipped with Doshka machine guns. Welcome back. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Syria is taking part in dismantling its chemical weapons with activity and transparency, expressing hope that work in this regard will continue with the same pace. The Russian president was addressing the closing summit of the 21st Cooperation Economic Forum for Asian and Pacific Ocean countries in the Indonesian city of Bali. Putin called for expanding the list of participants in Geneva II conference and for calling a number of other Islamic countries to attend it, including Indonesia, as it is the biggest Islamic country. Putin stressed that the dismantling of the Syrian chemical weapons is not the only priority, as it is also a priority to resume the negotiations among all Syrian parties. The participants in the activities of the Forum's summit, which concluded its meetings in the Indonesian island of Bali, has called for overcoming obstacles in the way of trade and investments. The final communiqué stressed the participating countries' determination to reduce protective measures. It also called for expanding cooperation in the Asian and Pacific Ocean countries through creating new jobs, attracting private investments, combating poverty, and improving living circumstances in order to guarantee balanced, comprehensive and sustainable growth. Taking part in the 2-day summit were Russia, the USA, Canada, China, Japan and other countries. Head of the National Security and Foreign Policy Committee at Iran's Shura Council, Alauddin Brojardi, has asserted that the countries who support terrorists in Syria are threatening peace and security in the region and the world by arming the terrorists and supporting the activities of the Takfiri groups. During his meeting with a member of the Lebanese parliament, Hagop Pakradunian, Projerdi said the stances of Iran and Lebanon are identical concerning many issues in the region, especially the crisis in Syria. He pointed out that the new diplomatic moves by Iran come within the framework of enhancing permanent peace and security in the region and the world. Talks between Projerdi and Pakradunian also covered recent developments in Syria and their impact on the resistance against the Israeli entity. In Iraq, at least 19 people were killed and more than 80 others injured in a series of 8 different terrorist attacks in Baghdad yesterday. Iraqi security and medical sources said that the attacks, which were carried out mostly by car bombs, struck Baghdad, Al-Jadida, Camp Sarah, Tayaran Square, Al-Ubaidi, Al-Zafaraniya, Al-Husayniya, Al-Dora and Al-Sidiya. More than 190 people were killed in Iraq this month, and 4,900 since the beginning of the year.
قبل ما يصور قبل
With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Till tomorrow, all the best and goodbye.